Assalamu alaikum, good morning. How are you all? As you know that we were reading the chapter All is Not Lost. We have completed half of it, now we are going to complete the remaining one. On the fifth para, page 95. I went to the senior nurse and told her that I wanted to help this patient and work with her more closely. The senior nurse looked at me with utter surprise and remarked that she had orders from the doctor in charge to shift her to the general ward. The doctors thought that she was a hopeless case and the bed must be spared for other patients. I was shocked to hear this. The patient's family also requested me to help them fight the case. Something needed to be done. I could not leave my patient fighting a lost battle on her own. I made up my mind to risk my career and help the patient. I requested the senior doctors to allow me attend this young helpless patient. Somehow I was able to make the patient stay in the ICU. You see what happened then? She had done her all to make Hera alive, to make Hera get better. At first, she asked the senior nurse to help her, but her statement was the same as the doctor. She was also saying that doctor has ordered to shift her to the general ward and she will no more be staying in the ICU. But somehow she had asked her doctor and by giving risk on her career she had asked the doctor and somehow she would be able to make the patient stay in the ICU. Paragraph 6. I continued to work on Hera, but she was not making much recovery. I felt as helpless as she was to see her lie on bed in a miserable state. Could I be able to justify my stance before the senior doctors? I did not lose hope. I continued to work with patient and kept doing exercises with her. Gradually, I could see her making a slight recovery. One day, I was thrilled to see she lifted her little finger. All was not lost. You see what happened? She was kept on trying, and she was kept on doing the exercises on Hera. But in the beginning, there was no recovery. But gradually, she has seen that she has moved her finger. That time was the winning time for the nurse to get her patient recover from the deadly disease. At that time, that statement should be noted all was not lost, on which the chapter is based. That there is something left, nothing has been lost. There is the shine from the sun is there on which we can follow and we can reach our destiny. Paragraph 7. I was sent on a 3 months training course to Karachi. I made all possible attempts to leave my patient in good hands. I returned after 3 months to see my patient's bed taken up by another. My feet froze to the ground. I did not have the courage to ask what happened. See, she had been sent to the training course to Karachi for 3 months, and her duty was being given by another nurse. When she came back to the hospital and she was finding her patient, that where had they gone, she had seen some other patients now on her patient's bed. At that time, what she thought, where has they gone? Where had they gone? What had happened to them? Was it good or was it bad? Her patients might have been died or something else. That's why her feet had been frozen. Paragraph 8. As I stood near the bed with several questions popping in my mind, I felt a gentle pat on my shoulder. I turned around and see a young woman smiling at me. Are you looking for your patient? She said, and gave me a big hug. Thank you for everything you did. I know you did not allow them to make me lead a crippled life. Do you think was she the woman? Was she Hera? Do you think? Yes, she was Hera. As the nurse was finding her patient, She was not on bed now. She was not on the ICU bed now. She was standing on her own feet now. And she put her hand on the nurse's shoulder and said thank you, hugged her, and she said thank you for not giving me the crippled life, for saving me from the crippled life. Crippled life, what does it means apahijdgi ki zindagi. Paranoid. I stood still until her family came around with big smiles on their faces. Thanks to Allah, she was my patient, standing and walking on her own feet. I could not recognize her without the machinery and tubes around her body. She walked on crutches, which she would leave in a few months. I was glad that my efforts bore fruit, but most of all, I was happy that Allah Almighty had helped me win a lost battle. She and her family had entered into a considerable bond of friendship with me. I was humbled by their sense of gratitude towards me. I felt a sense of renewed strength in me. Where there is a will, there is a way. I was proud to be a nurse. What happened? Her, in the end, Hera got well. She would be able to walk, she would be able to move. Then she was walking on the help with the help of crutches, but she will be leaving for these crutches as well in the few months. So then she would be able to walk on her own feet without anyone's help and without anything's help. Crutches means the besaki जिसके सहारे चलना. So now at the end, the nurse was so happy to Allah Almighty that He helped her to win a lost battle. At the end, Hira's family and nurse, they both got in touch with her. They had a humble and sweet relations with them. She was being proud to be a nurse.